I guess we could start off the difficult questions. I mean, you said that you give an injury update. I know AJ wasn't out.
All right, so what do you got? Go ahead.
Is AJ the guy? Is he the
AJ will be out. Daryl,
Yeah.
Deion Calhoun,
Right.
and Michael Story.
Right.
So the 3 linemen, AJ.
Is AJ his arm? I mean, is he
Shoulder.
Shoulder.
Shoulder. Yeah, he did right after we decided after the game.
Rather draft.
Just for him, for his future, he was just gonna get the surgery and get himself ready for his future.
Academically, everybody here. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scholarship-wise, I think there's one maybe one.
Yeah,
But yeah.
But I've written all the scholarships.
Cool.
Yeah.
How's the team enjoying the St. Pete Clearwater area?
It was great. You know what? I was really pleased with the enthusiasm and the energy we had at practice today after our first night here, which, generally speaking, that's always the dangerous practice. Is that first one, especially early in the morning, of getting up after your first night and experiencing a new town and seeing all kinds of new exciting things that a lot of which we don't have, maybe in Starkville. But I like the focus, the energy the guys had coming out here, and I think bowl games are one of the great experiences for young kids. You know what? I mean, the message for our guys, we didn't have our best season, but you know what? Because of the academics, because of how we've taken care of things and the success they've had as student athletes in the classroom, they got rewarded with a bowl game. And bowl games as a reward, you know, we have all these guys that have maybe never been to St. Pete before, may never have another opportunity to come. Opportunities to go to the beach, stay in a really nice hotel, just to experience and see different things in life. It's an unbelievable part of their education.
How quickly can you tell the difference between like a group that's here for the trip and a group that's here to play a football game?
Well, pretty quickly, and and you hope. I mean, obviously, it's going to carry over.
Yeah.
But the whole key to that is that has to be your focus. The older guys got to help the younger guys, and fortunately we've been to a bunch of bowl games now, and the coaches, even with some newer coaches, there's plenty of time off, there's plenty of time to have fun, but when it's time for football, that is priority number one. We're here to try to win the football game, and nothing can interfere with that. We're gonna have a lot of fun while we're here, have a great time, do a lot of fun things, but nothing can interfere with the drive of trying to win the football game.
With 3 of those guys being guards that were injured that you mentioned earlier, how does that really affect the team, or is kind of the season kind of prepared you for that?
Well, we just can't lose any more. We're a little thin on the O-line for this game right now, so we got to try to stay healthy, and because it'll get scary fast.
As a coach, I mean, some Fournette and McCaffrey have made some news. They're sitting out of their bowl games. As a coach, how do you roll with that? How do you look at that?
It's tough. I think I don't want to judge because I don't know their situations. With injury situations, and where are they health wise? Where are they this way, that way? To me, I don't know what's next. So if you're in the NFL and you're coming up on a contract year and you're about to get paid big money and there's 4 games left, you're not going to make the playoffs. Do you want to sit those 4 games and not risk your big contract? Where's the high school kids now, if we're not going to make the playoffs, I signed my scholarship. I'm not a big. I love the team football wise. To me, I would have played. I don't want to judge them because I don't know their situation. Sure. I know Leonard. I don't know McCaffrey's at all. I know Leonard was banged up a lot during the season, so you can understand there's part of that stuff of looking at it long term for your future, but. Football's an ultimate team game, and I'd have a hard time doing it. I don't want to judge anybody else.
Sure.
I'd probably, personally, I would play.
What has Ashton meant to this program over the last 4 years for you?
He's done an amazing job. If you look at him, he's in playing all different roles, but he's a guy who comes out, shows up every day, works his tail off. I think he's going to have a bright future at the next level because of his versatility. He's willing to block as a fullback, run as a tailback, catch the ball out of the backfield, starts on all 4 special teams, probably our best special teams player. Is just a complete all-in team guy, and and it's really he's going to be a big loss for us because I think he does so much that people look and say, well, statistically maybe his stats aren't huge. He does so many little things for the team that make him special.
The Egg Bowl is kind of the pinnacle of the season. The guys were celebrating and it
I
was
enjoyed it.
ruckus. Yeah. How do you get back up after that, especially when you didn't know that there was going to be another game after that?
Well, I think one, the opportunity to get another one, and it's been extended time. I think our guys, a lot of times you can finish on such a high note. The guys are so enthused from that game; they're ready to get out and play again. They want to. Let's keep it going now. You know, I mean, that was such a great feeling. I want to go do that again. So, but like I said, I mean, out here today, I mean, we've been a little bipolar at times this year, and as a team. But I like the energy we have out here today.
This is your 7th bowl game here. What is a win or loss? Does it have any effect on momentum of the program going
It's
into the next
huge.
season?
Yeah, because I don't want to be miserable for the next day. We don't play again until September or something or other. I don't want to be miserable for 9 months, you know? I mean, like, you know, and not that you are, but, you know, you want to finish on that win. I think a win in a bowl game, when you show back up in January, kind of like we said, the Egg Bowl, that you're excited to get going again, I think it can really energize you to get going.
How comfortable? Back in 2013, you won the Egg Bowl, won the bowl game, and really sort of built momentum going into the Big 14 season. Is there potential for, not like that specifically, but for...
I mean, there always is, because we have a young football team, and hopefully if we get the opportunity, if we win this game, we'll see. Hopefully that enthusiasm carries us into off-season conditioning and in spring practice and development of players.
Along those lines, how do you feel about the group you have coming back?
Good. I think we've got a lot of good young players on this team, so a lot of good young talent, and excited about our future.
Are there any guys you're worried about going to the NFL early? Or?
Not at this point in the discussions I've had with guys right now. I don't know at this point with that group that there's anybody that's ready for that. I think there's some guys probably didn't make as great a choice last year and were influenced by maybe people they shouldn't have listened to, and I think that's probably helping the guys that are here of making sure they're listening to the right people.
One of those guys not coming back is Brandon, and if you could talk about the career he's had here on and off the field, where I know he's been superb as well.
Oh, he's done just a great job. You know, I mean, he's a guy that, you know, came in and you know, we knew he's a special guy with the ball in his hand. He's been able to play a bunch of different positions, you know, whether it be receiver, running back, starting a tailback for us in the return game. He's a dangerous weapon because he can, you know, anytime the ball's in his hand, something electric can happen. And, he's had a great career for us.
Fred Ross, you know, when did you realize that he could be, you know, the most accomplished wide receiver in program history? Was that sophomore year? Was it early recruiting? When
I think, you know, freshman year, you can see he had a lot of opportunity to be a great player. But I think, you know, from year to year, I don't remember when it was, but the work he put in, you could see, you know, I mean, his commitment to excellence, not just in practice or not just his talent on the field, but his constant work ethic throughout the offseason of always trying to better himself. You knew that he had a chance to be a great player.
Is it that more impressive that, you know, he as a freshman, Tyler Russell was the guy, then he had Dak for 2 years, and now he did it with Nick Fitzgerald? Is it tough for a wide receiver to kind of go through that transition and continue to put up those numbers?
I think it can be, but it also shows, you know, his deal, because, you know, he knows in the offseason, you know, all his work in the offseason pays off. Well, his work is with those guys, you know, and so I think it just shows, you know, he's not, I'm just showing up and I'll be ready for training camp and you just get me the ball. He's constantly working with those guys to be on the same page.
For Nick, what's he have to do? I know you said the Egg Bowl, this is where he can get better. This is where he goes into 17. What does he have to do in this offseason to become?
Well, it's going to be huge. You know, whether it's leadership of the team, whether it's his mental development in understanding the game and how fast he can process information and reads, his technical development. Now he's been in it of learning how to make throws, more accurate throws, more consistent throws. You know, and you know, as we talk about guys making more unspectacular plays that are critical at the quarterback position. He makes some great plays, but you know, can he make the unspectacular plays on a very consistent basis, which is so important at the position.
How does it change your offseason when you know who your quarterback is?
I don't know. To be honest with you, it's an open competition always for me. Now, people tell me I'm crazy. I remember after Tim Tebow won Heisman, and it was an open competition, and you know, I think Urban looked at me and said, "Hey, you better get the state police in front of your house. You're going to bench Tim Tebow." I said, "Well, Cam Newton's pretty good." No, but every year, because I think that pushes and drives themselves. But I think there is a comfort level with the guys when a guy's stepping into the huddle that they know has done it before. You know, when the quarterback's out there and they're doing workouts, and when we're not around, whether it's some off-season or summer workouts, a guy that's been out there on the field, that's called the plays, that's done it, there's a lot more comfort level with the rest of the guys out on the team.
For Nick, who his first career start doesn't complete a pass, and then he leads the SEC in total yards, what changed through those 12 games?
I just think his comfort, you know, I mean, is game one. I mean, that's just one of the weirdest games I've been in, and I don't know if I did a great job in that game. It played out weird. But I think from that point on, he knew that we had confidence in him. He knew that he had to constantly work and develop, and I think he took a lot of pride in doing that.
What does he have to do to become a better passer? Now that's kind of one.
Well, there's a lot of balance, footwork, consistency with arm motion, arm angle. You know, I mean, and he's got to throw the ball. I mean, you got a lot. You just got to keep doing it on a consistent basis to make, you know, every different throw that you have to make it off every different balance level that you have to be in.
I know you talked about when Dak was debating whether leaving that 1,000 reps that could help so much. What does it do for Nick to have not just coming back, but having a full year under his belt and knowing what it's like?
Well, it's huge, you know, because I think now he can prepare better this offseason because he knows what the season's going to be like and what games are actually like. A much more comfort level in preparing for next year and whether game week and going. Well, he gets some time now to tweak his routine even and say, okay, I need to work better this way. And I think, you know, when you look at what Dak's able to do now, all the reps that he got are certainly paying off for him now. I think that motivates a lot of the other guys of getting their reps.